Jill. Treats? 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 Hey guys, so we are here today, and I say we because this is a collab. We are here today, Andy and Valeria and I are all here today to bring you another edition of our Cat Ladies collab. This month we decided to do makeup since last month we did our top 10 skincare favorites. Definitely go check out those videos if you haven't already to hear our top 10 skincare favorites based on our skin types. So Andy has got drier skin, Valeria has more sensitive skin and she's also got rosacea. I've got more acne, oily prone, combination, dehydrated, I don't know. My skin is a lot of different things. My skin is just like problematic. I've got the problematic skin type. So we decided to do makeup this month and I was really excited about doing this one in particular because it's Alima Pure. We're doing, what we decided to do for this is do a review of the foundation and the concealer and then sort of throw in a little wild card. So one other product of our choice that's different from, you know, the other ladies. I'm doing bronzer. I believe Valeria did highlight and I believe Andy did blush. You'd think I would know that. I think that's what we did. But yeah, so we each did a review and demo of the foundation and the concealer, the powder concealer, not the cream concealer, and then we threw in a wild card. So I'm gonna have clips of me demoing the foundation, the concealer, and the bronzer in a little bit. But yeah, definitely go check out Andy and Valeria's videos if you have skin types that are more similar to theirs, so you can see how their skin fared with the foundation based on their skin type. So again, Andy is more on the dry side and Valeria is more on the sensitive side and also has rosacea. So she's got, you know, more stuff to cover up. So that would be helpful for any of you guys that also have rosacea. And if you are not following her already, why the heck not? But yes, I've got more of the problematic skin type and I've been using the Alima Pure foundation, I want to say for almost like the last year now. I got a PR package from a PR company that works with Alima Pure like a year ago. I feel like it was a year ago. I didn't go back and look at my emails, but you know, they sent me like an initial care package that had like the foundation in it. It had, I believe, a blush and the eyebrow pencil. It had a few things in it. A couple of things I didn't end up using because they sent me the mascara and a lip tint, which both have carmine in the lip tint and then lanolin in the mascara, which are things that I don't use. I do use beeswax and I do use honey in some products, but I don't use any of the other animal ingredients. So no silk, no carmine, no lanolin, no shellac, no musk, I don't know, whatever else is in an animal-based ingredient that's not honey or beeswax. So yeah, so I love the Alima Pure foundation. I've been talking it up for such a long time. I showed you guys a lot of Modern Minerals previous to when I got Alima Pure, and I do still love Modern Minerals. I do still want to do a demo where I compare the Modern Minerals foundation and the Alima Pure foundation, do like a side-by-side. I just haven't done it yet. But I do still love Modern Minerals. It's a fabulous foundation. It's one of my favorites, but I've also really fallen in love with the Alima Pure line, which is mostly a mineral-based line. They have gotten into some like liquids and creams. They do have a liquid foundation and they do have a cream concealer. I feel like that's all they have. I can't remember, but those are things that I haven't. Oh, I've tried the cream concealer. I have not tried the liquid foundation. I'm not sure that I want to because I do love the powder foundation so much. And the powder foundation from Alima Pure is great because it works for a variety of skin types. It works for a variety of different skin tones. They have 60 different shades, which is fantastic. It's a lot easier for a company to make mineral-based foundations in a lot of different shades than so much it is for liquid, I think. There are a lot of companies out there that have more mineral-based shades than companies that have liquid. I've noticed it's very, I don't know what, maybe if it's like the formulation or maybe it's just more expensive. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably more expensive to create lots of liquid because creams and liquids go bad faster than, you know, mineral-based products do. And if they've got liquids sitting on the shelf for a long time, they end up having to toss them if they don't sell. But mineral-based foundations definitely last a lot longer because they don't go bad the same way and in the same time frame that liquids and creams do. So if you are usually a liquid person, definitely give, you know, mineral-based foundations a try if you haven't. There are a lot of them out there that are great. Modern Minerals, I know this is Alima Pure, but Modern Minerals is almost forms into like a cream on your skin because it just melds so nicely into the skin. And I find that Alima Pure is like that in a lot of ways too. It just like as the day goes on, I mean, like my skin looks great now. I put it on maybe 15 minutes ago, but like as it sort of like, you know, as the heat sort of like melted into my skin more, it just looks more skin-like and it looks more natural. It doesn't look powdery. It doesn't look like I've got a lot of foundation on. I just absolutely love this foundation. It's got great coverage, as you will see. Also, their powder concealer does also have great coverage. I've got, you know, some pretty gnarly spots that it covered the color on. Obviously, you can still see the, you know, the texture of it, but the color. And it's, I did it underneath my eyes as well. So yes. And then the bronzer is also one of my favorites because it's the bronzers that they've got. I have the lightest and the medium shade. The bronzers that they've got have got great color on them. They're not orange. They're not red. They're really natural looking. They look like I've naturally gotten some sun and not like I've, you know, caked a bunch of bronzer on my face. So I really love the Alima Pure line. The Detox Market sells the majority of the Alima Pure line. There are a few things that they don't sell. Then of course you can always buy from the Alima Pure website, so definitely check either one of those out. I'm not sure of any other places that carry Alima Pure, but if I find them, I will let you guys know, or I'll leave it linked down below in case you'd like to shop at somewhere other than, you know, the Alima Pure store. If you'd rather shop from the Detox Market, if you'd rather shop from, you know, another retail store. But yes, I'm going to roll into the demo of the foundation, concealer, and the bronzer, which is my wild card, and then I'll talk a little bit more at the end. So I hope that you guys find this helpful if you've been looking into Alima Pure. I definitely recommend them. I think they're a great makeup company. Their stuff's affordable, it lasts a long time, it's got really great coverage and colors. But yeah, I will roll into the clips now. So we're gonna start with the foundation. I'm in the shade Neutral 3. And Alima Pure sort of makes it easy in a way to find your foundation shade. They have like sample kits that you can buy, but they do have a very large range of shades, which is nice and sort of like unheard of in the green beauty space is how many shades of foundation they have. Their liquid foundation is another story. They do have less shade options of their liquid foundation, though honestly I don't know how many because I haven't looked. I know it's less though, but I believe they have 60 powder foundation shades. So basically, no matter what shade you are, you're gonna find one. So I like to use the Alima Pure foundation brush. It's just a big fat, sort of like kabuki style brush. I find that it works really well for their mineral foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start buffing it in. I really, really like this foundation. I find that it gives me pretty decent coverage. And then whatever, I sort of like spot conceal with the concealer, which we're gonna do next. Under my eyes or like anywhere like this. I was hoping that that would go away by the time I had to film this video, but no such luck. So I'm gonna do half my face first and show you the half width. I think I've done this before, but I've shown you half width and half without in like a Get Ready With Me that I did at some point. So I just continue buffing till it looks pretty much how I want it. So here's the side with and then without. Evens out my skin tone pretty well. Hides a lot of redness. I really, really like it. And it works really well for like oilier days. I'm not finding that I'm like I'm super oily like I used to be. I mean, some days in the summers my face gets like a little bit oilier than other days, but like I don't know that I really would call myself even so much like oily skin anymore. Definitely acne prone, which is like never gonna go away. But I don't know, maybe combination would be more. I have another fun little spot happening down there, but maybe more combination acne prone than sort of oily skinned acne prone. I don't know. But even on the days when I am oilier, I do find that it sort of almost like melts into the skin even more and like looks better like as the day goes on. Where like sometimes when I wear a liquid foundation and it's an oilier skin kind of day, it like really, it breaks up the makeup and then like, you know, melts. But this, like with powder foundations, that's why powder foundations are sort of better for those of us who've got like oily acne prone skin or more like combination skin, is because the oils in your skin sort of like, instead of breaking it down, it sort of helps it look more natural on the skin. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? And this one is good for that. It just sort of like melts into the skin more and like makes it just look more natural. So, and then I just continue to buff until I get the amount of coverage that is sufficient for me, which I think this is. This looks pretty good. So that is just basically, I don't even know how many layers, really, because I buffed over it a few times, but that's like the kind of coverage that I like. As you can see how much it evened out my skin tone. It's a good match for, you know, the rest of my body. I really, really like it. So now we're gonna do the concealer. So they have powder concealers and they have cream concealers. I do have both, and maybe I'll put up a review of sort of like comparing the two and, you know, wear tests and all that at some point. But for this review, we're doing the powder concealer. And I've got the shade Linen, which on their website, they'll give you like a little guide to tell you which shade versus which foundation shade that you wear. So if you wear like neutral, I forget what it was, but like it showed me which, based on my foundation shade, which concealer shade would be the best. And I use this under my eyes and all over my face. I find it's a good match for both. It's not necessarily brightening underneath the eyes unless you get like a lighter color, but for powder concealers, I don't mind so much for them to just be the same color as the rest of my foundation. So it comes in like a sort of little sifter pot situation, and I just tap it out into the lid. So I'm going to do underneath my eyes, and then I'm going to do sort of like around my nose. So I'll do one eye so you can see the difference between, with concealer and without. It's not hiding my bags, unfortunately, but hides the color pretty well. If you want a more full coverage, you could probably do like the cream underneath the foundation and then do this powder on top if you want like more. But this is fine for me. I'm not super picky about, you know, my under eyes being fully concealed, because, you know, even if they were fully concealed, I still got like the bag thing going on, and that's hard to hide. I've been like really tired lately. Really tired, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's like the heat, the sun's making me really tired. What it is. And I just like to bring it up on my eyelids a little bit. So that's both eyes concealed. This side is almost like more baggy than the other side. I'm very puffy. I think I'm gonna need to do some sort of like eye mask situation tonight because I'm pretty puffy. So, and then I'm just gonna do on that spot a bit, and then this spot. I hope you're able to tell how well that those got canceled out. And then I'll just do around my nose a little, because around my nose is a little bit red. So that is foundation and concealer. Really, really like the coverage. Really works great with my skin. I don't have anything but good things to say about the foundation and the concealer. I just like the way it makes my skin look. It doesn't look like I'm wearing too much makeup, even though it nicely evened out my skin and, you know, corrected some areas that needed correcting. So for my wild card, I'm just gonna do bronzer. And I've got the famous Alima Pure bronzer in Mawana Loa. You know how it is with me in pronunciation. This is their medium shade. I also do have their light shade, which is nice if you're looking for like a very subtle, like a subtle bronzing situation. But for today's sake, I'm going to use the middle shade, and then I'm going to also use the sculpting brush from Alima Pure. So it looks like this. It's like a fluffy, it's not so much like a contour brush where, you know, it's got like an angle or like a, it's like more compact. I find like the contour brushes are more, what's the word? Dense. This one is more of like fluffy. I like it a lot. I really like the, I'll do one side and then I'll show you one side versus the other. I really like the Alima Pure brushes. They're very good quality. They are a bit pricey, but I find the quality definitely warrants the price for me. So I do, you know, like I do like the 3, sort of like, I don't do the 3, but I do it in the area of the 3s. So I just lightly do my forehead. So I hope we can see a difference in bronziness of one side versus the other. It's just like, it's very nice and subtle, as long as you don't overdo it, which I don't. I'm not like a big, sometimes I'll overdo it depending on the bronzer, but it's very easy to do the Alima Pure ones and not to go overboard. So. So yeah, I'm gonna do the other side with you real quick, and then we'll be done. I do also forget sometimes, but I like to do down the sides of my nose just so that, you know, it doesn't look too, it looks like it matches, because, you know, the sun protrudes from your face, so like the point of bronzer is just so it sort of like lightly warms up the areas of your face where like the sun would naturally hit it, you know? So like you've got a nice natural sun-kissed glow. And I like this one because it's not red, so it doesn't like make me look, let's see if I can show you the color better. It doesn't make me look red or orange. It just gives me like a nice, depending on how light I do it, it just gives me like a nice bronze look without being too, you know, too overdone. Like I've seen some sun. And even like this, if you're a person who doesn't like to do makeup, you just like to sort of correct skin tone, and maybe you're very much like a no makeup kind of person. I mean, like even, you don't even have to do lashes or brows or cheeks or anything. And this looks very natural, where like sometimes if you just wear foundation and you don't do like bronzer or anything like that, it can sort of look a little bit, you know, unnatural. You can tell you're wearing foundation, but if you just bronze up a little, it doesn't look so much like you're wearing, you know, like a ton of makeup, and you can get away with just this situation here. So that is the foundation and concealer demo. And then my wild card was my bronzer. I've been loving bronzing lately. I never thought I would. I always thought I would never be able to do, you know, bronzer, because for how many years, like at least 4.5 on my channel, I never did any kind of like bronzing and contouring or anything. It's sort of like brows in the beginning too. I never did brows in the beginning, but it's like, it's crazy how much of a difference, you know, little things like brows or, you know, bronzer make to the face. So yeah, I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup on and then I will come back and talk a little bit more at the end. So since we were doing an Alima Pure, you know, review and demo and stuff like that, I thought it would be, you know, fitting to use mostly of the rest of my face as Alima Pure. There's only two other things here that I used that were not Alima Pure. So most of Alima Pure's things are vegan. I think they do actually have a vegan list on their website, so it'll tell you what's not vegan or maybe just what is vegan. All their blush colors are vegan, all their eyeshadows are vegan, all of their foundations are vegan, obviously. The cream concealer, I believe, has beeswax in it, but the powder concealers are all vegan. Their mascara does have lanolin in it, so not vegan. Their lipsticks are carmine free, but they do have beeswax. Their lip tints, though, the ones that are more of like sheers, those do have carmine in them, so stay away from those if you are opposed to carmine. Yeah, their highlighters are vegan. They do have like radiant finishing powders as well, one of which I have, but I didn't bring it in here to use. I just used, I used the eyeshadow in Siren, which is like one of my favorite colors ever. It's so pretty. I used the blush in Honey Rose, which is just a very light, I didn't want to take too much away from the eye, so I just went very light on the cheeks. And then I used Dulce on as a highlight, which is very, almost sort of like a bronzy, but very natural like looking highlight, you know? And then the lipstick is Odessa. Yeah, Odessa. And then the only thing I didn't use that's not Alima Pure is the All Natural Face Magic Vegan Eyeshadow Primer. I do think Alima Pure has one, but I've never tried it. And then the Well People mascara, since the mascara from Alima Pure is not vegan. Oh, I did use their brow pencil as well, which just gives you like a nice, you know, a nice natural looking brow. I'm in the color brunette, which is not very brunette really. It's sort of more like taupe. But yeah, that is everything from this collab. Make sure to check out Andy's and Valeria's for their take on the foundation and the concealer, and then their wild card. So they'll still have something different than the bronzer that they're going to show you. Whoa, and talk about. So go check out Andy if you're looking for a review on this on dry skin, and then go check out Valeria if you're looking for a review on this on more sensitive skin. And she also has rosacea, so she has a lot more to cover up than either Andy or I do. So yeah, I really think that's all that I've got for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I hope that it was helpful to see a little demo of the Alima Pure products, just sort of like in their own standalone video and not like, you know, in a different Get Ready With Me where you might not watch it if you're not into those kinds of videos. So I've got a lot of Alima Pure. You'll probably be seeing a lot of Alima Pure from me, because I do really, really like their makeup. I think they're an affordable price point, especially for how good the makeup is. It lasts a really long time. Like the blushes are gonna last you forever, especially if you're not, you know, a collector of blushes like I am, or even if you are a collector of blushes, obviously it's gonna last a long time because you're not using the same one every single day. But yes, I love Alima Pure. I think they make great makeup. I just love how this whole thing turned out. I especially love this eyeshadow. It's so pretty. So make sure to check out the other ladies in this collab's videos. Subscribe to them if you are not already. And we will see you next month for another Cat Ladies collab. If you have any requests for anything that you want to see from us, let us know. Shoot it down in the comments of any of our videos, and we'll definitely take it into consideration for future collabs since we will be doing these monthly. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we will see you later.